right, guys, we are going to jump right into our series where we've been talking all about peace and reconnecting, right? Peace is proving you like someone or love someone more than winning an argument. And we've been talking about how we can continue to bring peace to not only ourselves, but to other people this entire month. And I've had a great time. I've learned a lot. I don't know about you guys. Before we get started, I have a couple announcements. The first being, grab those Bibles. That's right. What do I always say? We love to learn from the Word of God. So we want you to grab those Bibles so we can read a story together. And we actually have a very interesting one that I've really only heard like one time in my entire life. So I'm excited about it. Also, if you want a birthday shout out, go to ccvlive.com, fill that out so I can give you a shout out on your birthday weekend. And Kids Camp is live. That is right. You can sign up for Kids Camp right now. So make sure you sign up for Kids Camp for your friends and for you and for everybody in your household, because it's going to be an amazing week. And then this is the exciting one, because I'm going to say now, so you guys get excited. If you were in 5th grade going into 6th grade, this logo that I'm wearing is called Stretch. That's right. If you're in 5th grade going into 6th grade, you don't go to Kids Camp anymore. You go to Stretch, and it's a 3-day camp. It's at night at the church, and it's going to be unreal. There's inflatables, games, like carpet ball, everything that you would want in the entire world. But you have to be in 6th grade. So if you're doing that, you can also sign up. Registration is live right now at ccvlive.com/stretch. So check those out, because you're not going to want to miss any of those summer things. All right, enough of me talking. I'm going to send you through everything. We'll see you after.
Brandon? Brandon!
Yeah?
If I'm reading this correctly, it says we need to move the first one 2 feet.
What's that?
A little to the left. 2 feet.
You sure?
Says right here in the plans.
Sure thing, boss.
You sure you're reading that right?
I mean, it might be upside down.
What are those?
Blueprints. Hello, everybody. I'm Lawson.
And I'm Brandon, and welcome to the So-and-So Show.
Yes. And
on today's show.
Wait,
what are you? Why are you talking over me?
No. We discussed this over our pre-show cornflakes.
We discussed no such thing.
Oh, of course. See, you never listen to me. You hear me,
That is
but
not
you
true.
don't listen.
I do
Brandon.
listen.
Oh, do you? How would you ever know to listen when you're too busy being on your phone the entire time?
I was looking at the intro to the show, which apparently you won't let me do.
Okay. Was the intro to the show a video of a ferret doing the conga line on loop?
It helps me focus.
Your team in a funk?
Yes.
Feel like you aren't able to communicate?
Yes.
Then today's your lucky day. Hi, I'm Tanya, team motivator and influencer. Sometimes it can feel like your team is all over the place. Here. But with my proven team building exercises, I can take your team from here to here before it gets to here. So call Teams by Tanya today.
Today. So it's just me and Brandon, and we are having trouble being a team.
He's having trouble being a team.
What do you mean I'm having trouble? There's no me in team, Brandon.
Yes, there is. There's an M and an E. There's a me in team. There's no I in team. That's the saying.
Gentlemen, it seems we're having trouble communicating.
Yes.
Brandon, turn towards Lawson. Lawson, turn towards Brandon. Now close your eyes. Without making a sound, I want you to mouth these words. I can't see you, I can't hear you. Good. Keep going, mouthing those words. I can't see you, I can't hear you. Good, even bigger, but still without making any sound. Good, good, yes! Bigger, bigger. Good, I can't see you, I can't hear you. Now stop. Open your eyes. Look at each other. Good. Now close your eyes again. Okay, I want you to slowly open your eyes. Very small, barely open your eyes. Whisper these words, Brandon, to Lawson. I see you and I hear you.
I see you and I hear you.
Even quieter.
I see you and I hear you.
Good. Lawson?
I see you and I hear you.
Good. Keep repeating that. And each time, I want you to open your eyes a little bit wider and get a little bit louder.
I see you and I hear you.
I see you and I hear you.
Good. Keep building that.
I see you and I hear you.
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 Louder! Tell them!
I see you and I hear you.
I see you and I hear you.
Yes, louder!
I see you and I hear you.
I see you and I hear you.
I see you and I hear you. I see you and I hear you.
My work here is done. Now it's Bible story time with Kellen.
Hey, gents.
Kellen,
Yes?
I see you and I hear you.
Okay. Thanks. Back at you.
Do you have a Bible story for us today?
Absolutely. And here to help me tell it are the So-and-So Show players.
Ah, yeah.
Today's story comes from the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 25. There was a man named Nabal. Nabal was known to be rude and mean, and he was married to Abigail, who was wise and clever. But we'll get to her in a minute. Now, Nabal was very wealthy. He had 1,000 goats and 3,000 sheep. And it was time for Nabal to shear his sheep and sell the wool. There's another character in today's story. His name is David. You might remember David as the shepherd boy who slayed a giant and then became king. This is that same David. But in our story, he hasn't become king yet. David was staying with his men in the desert when he heard that Nabal was shearing his sheep.
Frances!
Yes, David.
I want you to go to Nabal, and I want you to greet him kindly for me. And then I want you to remind him of how well we treated his men when they were with us. And lastly, I want you to ask him. Ask him if there's anything he can share with me and the other men. Go!
Yes, sir.
David's men delivered the message to Nabal, but Nabal's response was, well,
So, David would just like you to remember all that he did for you, and then, would appreciate if you could find anything for us.
I'm sorry. Who? David who? Son of Jesse who? Why should I give up my bread and my meat that I have prepared? Why? Why? The answer is not just no. It is no. Million times no. Be gone with you. Go.
No.
Go.
Million times. No.
Million times go.
Million times. No.
David's men reported back everything Nabal had said to them.
No. No. A million times no.
What? What? Men, put on your swords because we are going to destroy Nabal.
David was angry.
I don't have my sword.
Maybe a little too angry. Now, Nabal was in big trouble unless somebody could stop David. That's where Nabal's wife, Abigail, comes in.
Abigail,
Yes, Frankie?
Nabal just insulted David. David, the guy who's been keeping us safe while we watch our sheep. David's really mad, and I think he's out for revenge, so you gotta do something.
All right, people. Listen up. We're going to have to do this fast. I need you to go get 200 loaves of bread, Frankie. Billy? Grab 2 bottles of wine, and I'm not talking the small ones, I'm talking the big ones and the animal skins.
Sure thing, boss.
Sally,
Yes, Abigail?
I need you to get the 5 sheep ready to be cooked.
You got it.
And Frankie, I'm gonna need a bushel of grain. Okay. And 100 raisin cakes.
Okay.
And 200 cakes of pressed figs. Let's go, people! There's no time to waste!
Abigail wasted no time. After she collected all the food, she loaded it onto the donkeys and met David, who was approaching from the desert.
Ah! Can you believe it, men? How he has treated us? We have served him, and how did he repay us? He repaid us with evil, and we will destroy Nabal.
Pardon me, sir.
Yes.
I must speak with you. Let me take the blame. Pay no attention to that man, Nabal.
Nabal.
He's really not worth getting that worked up over.
Who?
Nabal. No. Eyes, right here. His name means...
What?
His name means fool. Yes. He does many foolish things.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Nabal.
So you don't need to kill Nabal, do you?
Yeah!
No.
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 No. You see, God has prevented you from killing Nabal and his men. And I have brought many gifts for you to have.
Ah. Yeah. So you have. It's very kind.
So you don't need to kill Nabal. God will take care of it. He's going to appoint you king over all of Israel, and you don't want to have to worry about how you killed Nabal and didn't have to, right?
Oh, yeah, you make a lot of sense.
Thank you. I just ask that when you're king, you remember me.
All right. All right. Go. You may go in peace. I have heard what you have come here to say, and I will do as you have asked. Goodbye.
So Abigail returned home and David stayed put. With her quick thinking, Abigail was able to make peace. The end.
Great story, Kellen. Thanks.
And many thanks to the So-and-So Show players.
Okay. That wasn't terrible.
Yeah, Abigail was incredible.
To be able to soften a situation like that took a lot of courage from Abigail.
Yeah, David was so angry he could kill, but God used Abigail. After talking to her, David walked away from a fight and didn't make a huge mistake he probably would have regretted.
Making peace isn't easy, is it?
Not at all. Sometimes people think the person trying to make peace is weak because it looks like they don't want to fight or argue. But being a peacemaker is incredibly hard, and it usually takes a lot of work.
And a lot of raisin cakes.
Oh, you know it.
Great story. Thanks, Kellen.
Yep, I'll see you guys next time.
Later.
Wish I could be a peacemaker like Abigail or Tanya. But how, Brandon? How?
I don't know. But let's find out. Reveal the question. What are ways you can be a peacemaker? Maybe you can be a peacemaker with two of your friends.
Or within your family, or maybe a sports team.
Or maybe you can be a peacemaker by saying you're sorry. Lawson, I'm sorry that I get angry at you. Sometimes you're a great friend.
Thanks, buddy. I'm sorry, too. I don't think either of us were peacemakers today.
Yeah. Until now. High five!
Yeah!
That was close enough.
All right,
that was close enough.
yeah.
There are lots of ways you can be a peacemaker. Talk about it with each other. And we'll see you next time on The So-and-So Show. I can't see you.
Good. Oh,
I can't hear you! What did you say, Brandon?
I can't see you.
Tanya!
I can't see.
Are my hands still over my ears?
I can't see you.
Why are my eyes closed?
I can't see you. I can't hear you.
I can't see you! I need water!
I need a nap.
Good.
I need water!
Good. This
I
is
need a
team
nap.
building.
I can't see the point.
Why?
Good work, Tanya.
Yeah, I do that.
Our story is actually found in the Old Testament today, and I'm excited to jump into it. Now, let's do a quick recap. This guy named Nabal, first of all, very interesting name, was this wise king, and we hear that he is kind of approached by somebody from David. And David is the same David that killed Goliath, and the same David that is king, and the same David that is friends with Jonathan. And David is in this desert with his men, and I'm assuming he's probably been there for a really long time if he's going to ask for help from a king. And he is just simply asking, can you help us, right? Like, if you've been in the desert for a really long time, you're gonna get hungry, you're gonna get feisty, right? You're gonna want some food. And so that's all David asked. He took care of his men, and he just asked that he got that in return. And what do we see? Nabal gets angry, like immediately gets angry. He was like, no, why would I give him a bunch of stuff? Because he's rich and he doesn't want to share. So David does what? As soon as he hears it, he also gets angry. Has this ever happened to you guys? Maybe somebody told you no and you immediately turn around and was like, I'll show them. And then you run away, or you're just mad at your mom or your sister or your brother or whoever it is that tells you no, and then you do the complete opposite of everything that you're supposed to do. It's kind of what happened to David, right? He immediately got angry and he turned and he was like, well, I'm just gonna go fight him then with my swords. And we know how that turns out. Not great at all. His anger turned into really, really hard actions, ones that could affect his entire life. But we see another character come in, Abigail. And Abigail jumps right in and gives them what they're asking for, meets them where they're at, and talks David down. Now, Abigail is a godsend, right? She's amazing in this situation. And we're actually told that she is a peacemaker. And a peacemaker is somebody that was brought to create this moment or these scenarios together to not allow the situation to escalate. Abigail brings the situation down and causes David not to go face King, I forgot his name, Nahab. Sorry, whew, that was a name, right? King Nahab, to fight him. And here's the thing that kind of struck me is Abigail breaking David down and not allowing David to go through those actions in a good way actually probably helped him not ruin his future, right? His anger didn't affect what God had for him next, right? It didn't affect that he would have been king, because we all know that when you get in trouble, it can affect some other things. I actually want to read together what David says to Abigail because she brought him down when he was angry. Let's look together at 1 Samuel chapter 25. Sorry, that's 1 Samuel 25, verse 32 and 33. 1 Samuel is in the Old Testament, and it's actually one of the beginning books of the Bible, and it continues the story of David, so it's really cool that this is at the beginning. So 1 Samuel chapter 25, verse 32, this is what it says. David said to Abigail, "Praise be to the Lord, the God of Israel, who sent you to me, or who sent you today to meet me. May you be blessed for your good judgment and for keeping me from bloodshed this day, from avenging myself with my own hands." Let's break this down for a second. He thanks God for sending Abigail. Abigail was sent from the Lord to help him come down from his anger. Then he blesses her for her good judgment. Abby didn't get angry either. She took time to realize what the situation needed and fixed it. She had good judgment. And he says, "From keeping me from avenging myself with my own hands." See, David realized that his own actions would have caused a catastrophic thing in his life, and she helped save that. And so David is forever grateful for Abigail being a peacemaker. We were actually challenged with our key question, which is, I dropped my paper on the floor. Always have to remember this, which is, what are ways that you can be a peacemaker? Maybe we can learn from the story of Abigail, right? You have friends that you know will get angry at each other when somebody says no. Maybe it's a sibling or even a parent, right? How can you become a peacemaker, and what can you do to help people learn about peace and not jumping into an argument just to fix something? We had so much fun in our series called Reconnect, where we talked all about peace. I think this month was pretty tough. It challenged me a lot in my own personal life, and I hope it did that for you guys. As always, we're going to start a new series next week because it is May. I almost said it was June. Whew. It is May, and I'm excited to start our series in May. So I'll see you guys back next week.
Into your eyes makes my heart come alive. Suddenly brought to life when I met you. Reaching beyond the skies, running deep, stretching wide. Perfect love realized here with you. Come on now. Now this love is for real. You will never let go. Never let go. Oh, it's more than just words, love beyond my control, out of control. Hands up! This is real love. This is real love.